Alright. So we are gonna finally hop into Lords of the Fallen, just so we can start getting back into some dive right ins. I haven't done a dive right in a while. I've been working on the. So we are gonna finally hop into Lords of the Fallen, just so we can start getting back into some dive right ins. That's my little second screen, so I can see the fucking chat. Oh, my body hurts, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see something. Still preparing the ship. I can't wait. So Wednesday night, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna set up my PlayStation Portal. Sniper, what's up, man? Did you ever play a game called Evil West? It's pretty fun. I'm gonna attempt to platinum it, but dude, you gotta beat that shit on evil difficulty, and it was hard enough on medium difficulty. It's a weird game though. It's a lot. It's hard to explain, man. I mean, it was fun. It was a cool concept.
Boris, forgive me. I'd steer this weapon of deliverance to a worthier servant than I.
I'm debating on the next game that I'm gonna platinum now. I was thinking about doing one of the Metro games, or one of the Jedi games, or Dishonored 2.
The metal for this crusader.
I don't know, maybe Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo was a lot of fun. Ghostwire, I don't know if you played Ghostwire Tokyo, but imagine like Skyrim set in modern day Japan. But instead of like dragons and wizards, it's like ghosts and string magic. So it's crazy. So very Dark Souls 3 right here. Very Dark Souls 3. Okay, very Dark Souls 2. Okay, very Elden Ring. Very, I would say Dark Souls 1. Demon Souls. Bloodborne. I would say Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Dark Souls 3. And then all of them. No. Ooh. She's kind of sexy. How's it going, Elsha? It's going pretty good. I think I'm gonna go. Oh, nice. I think I may go with this guy. No, I'm playing it on PlayStation. Because there were hella issues on Steam. Well, I'm biased. I'm gonna say Armored Core 6, but I know it's not gonna win. What's my vote going for? Armored Core 6. What's probably gonna win is Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, or Final Fantasy 16. I don't think Spider-Man 2... No, I already know Armored Core wasn't going to make it. I'm thinking, wait, how do you know what the nominees are already? The only reason I don't think Spider-Man 2 will get it is because it's competing against Zelda and Baldur's Gate 3. Tears of the Kingdom is going to win. So, apparently it's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom. I'm going to say it right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. The Game Award... Oh, God damn, this is fucking loud music. I can't even think right now. No, dude, just... Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. So it says the Game Awards 2023 nominations. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3 lead the pack with 8 noms each. Full list. So I already said that a long time ago. Baldur's Gate 3 was either going to be Baldur's Gate 3 or Tears of the Kingdom.
For you to be chosen thusly.
I've already watched all this shit.
And so does Aureus' wisdom guide my hand in the bestowment of this subsequent boon.
Dude, it is so loud, man. God damn.
Your flesh has been made sacrosanct with the mark of the Dark Crusaders. Prove yourself worthy.
So if it comes down to Alan Wake 2, I mean, I've been saying that Baldur's Gate 3 was one of the big four for a long time. In fact, that and Tears of the Kingdom were the only ones that never changed. I'm sure Alan Wake 2 does have a chance to win, but I mean, you got to understand, Baldur's Gate 3, that's Baldur's Gate in general is... It's like Super Mario for PC gamers. You know, Legend of Zelda for PC gamers. It's like Sonic for PC gamers. It's one of those games that's been around for a long fucking time. I mean, the first Baldur's Gate came out in like, what, 2000? When did the first Baldur's Gate come out? But since people first started talking about this, I've been saying I don't even like Baldur's Gate. I don't dislike it, but I've never played them. So I don't even know. I just know that there's the hardcore gamers out there are into shit like Baldur's Gate. I honestly thought Final Fantasy 16 would be up there, but I mean, it was a good game. But it was nowhere near the glory of 7, 12, or 14. Even 11 was fucking amazing. Baldur's Gate release. So it came out on Windows and the PlayStation 2. December 21st, 1998. So the Baldur's Gate franchise is almost 25 years old. It's almost a quarter of a century old. Now, I mean, if you wanted to get technical, you could be like, well, Spider-Man's been around since the 60s. But Spider-Man hasn't been established in the gaming community for that long. Spider-Man wasn't really established in the gaming community until like the mid-2000s. I mean, there's always going to be people that complain. Dude, look at Elden Ring swept the fucking awards. Elden Ring won like, it was nominated for like 14 awards and won like 8 or some shit. And people were like, this is bullshit. Elden Ring sucks. Elden Ring is dumb. Elden Ring is retarded. And I only got one thing to say to them people. Get good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know that play style is not for everybody. And I get why. I understand why. Because, I mean, not everybody's a masochist. See, me, I like pain. I like torture. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't. Ghost of Tsushima got robbed. Fuck Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 was not that fucking good. The only reason that shit won Game of the Year is because of bullshit politics. Bullshit modern day fucking woke feminist politics, dude. And it didn't win because it was a good game. Dude, the story in that game was fucking garbage, dude. The environment, like art direction, totally. It would have won every award when it came to art and graphic design. I get it. I'll give that game that. But to win Game of the Year over Ghost of Tsushima, you can eat a fucking dick. Ghost of Tsushima was way fucking better. Ghost of Tsushima is one of the best games ever fucking made. And story and art direction and replayability, multiplayer. No. I'm not going to say it's better than Bloodborne. I can't put it up above Bloodborne, but it is fucking top 5. Because you got to think, PS4 had Horizon Zero Dawn, which was fucking amazing. It had Spider-Man. It had oh shit, what was that other game? Sekiro. Well, that was on Xbox too, but still. What else came out? Even if I'm not going to be biased because Bloodborne is a FromSoft game, we had games like Second Son and Destiny. Even though Destiny was multi-platform, yes, but PlayStation did have exclusive rights to a lot of shit. Like the Vanguard Armory and certain Nightfalls and Strikes and all that. What else did PS4? PS4 had Days Gone. You'd never finished Bloodborne? Bro. What? Oh, you have a PS5 and you haven't played Demon Souls? Look, I'm telling everybody right now, and this isn't because I love FromSoft games. Demon Souls is a game that every person has to at least see. the environment in that game is, well, the remake, the original for PS3 kind of looked real choppy, but Blue Point did a fucking amazing job. An amazing job with really getting that world to pop and putting the detail in it. When I first started playing Demon Souls on PS5, I had never really played another FromSoft game before, other than like Tenchu back in the day and Sekiro. I'd never played like Bloodborne. I'd never played the old Demon Souls. I'd never played Dark Souls. And when I first started playing Demon Souls, when the PS5 first came out, I was just caught up in how beautiful the world looked. I was like, this is fucking amazing, dude. What? This is like Picasso type shit. Like, the world looked that beautiful to me. No. I like the trilogy better than Elden Ring. I don't like the open world aspect of Elden Ring. I really don't. Elden Ring has zero replayability. And I'm going to tell you why. It's still one of my favorite games of all time, but it is way too fucking big for a Soulsborne style platform. It's way too fucking big. There is way too much running around. The horse is unnecessary. I didn't like how the world was set up. I didn't like the horse. I didn't like any of that shit. I like the 3D Metroidvania feel of Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne. I love that shit. And when they introduced the whole open world thing in Elden Ring, I was fucking pissed. It honestly dropped Elden Ring down. If I had to rate From Software games, I would put Elden Ring below Demon Souls. Because when I play a traditional Souls-like game, not Souls-like, Soulsborne. So Soulsborne games were heavily based off of Metroidvania games. And for those of you that aren't old enough to remember Metroid and Castlevania and Ghosts and Ghouls and all that shit and Master Blaster and games like this, it was games where you would go through one area to get a key or some sort of item that would unlock another area. And you would go back and forth between these different areas. And that's what made Dark Souls and Demon Souls and all that so great, is it basically turned that style of playing into a 3D format. And that's why it caught everybody's attention, because Metroid and Castlevania were at the top of their fucking game back in the day. You know, they were up there with Mega Man and Mario and all these other fucking titles that were coming out at the time. And they were able to keep up with the hardcore gamers. In fact, the hardcore gamers preferred these games over the mainstream games because they were more of a challenge. They were harder to do. They actually took time and thought into what you were going to do next, and you paid for your mistakes. It wasn't like, oh, I died, and now I'm just going to start over back at this checkpoint. No, you fucking lost all your shit, and you had to essentially redo that whole part over again. And that's what gamers loved about it, and that's why they kept coming back. And I understand there's a lot of people that don't have the time to sit and get good at that kind of format. They want to sit down and just check out a reality for a little bit. But when Demon Souls first came out, it was like a breath of fresh air for these gamers that had been needing something that wasn't a fucking cartoon hedgehog, or, you know what I mean, wasn't a little dude with the blaster just trying to make it through a level, or, you know, trying to find the sword in the mountain. It was more than that. It was the challenge and the fucking journey, and it was high risk, high reward style of gameplay. And I'm not gonna lie, at the right place at the right time, that shit can really click for a lot of people. But you know, when you go through and you look at games like Ghost of Tsushima and shit, I think Ghost of Tsushima actually does something very interesting. So, Ghost of Tsushima, games like that, I think are more meant for the open world platform. You know, you get to go and you get to explore and you get to check out this really beautiful world that the developers have made. But when it comes to games like Elden Ring, the Soulsborne format isn't famous for its world building. It's famous for its level design and how all the levels interconnected with each other. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing Sekiro, right? And how you have to go through like Ashina Castle, and you can go from Ashina Castle and sneak through a side door and get back over to like the hub area. And then you can leave the hub area in two different directions. You can either sneak back through to Ashina Castle, or you could go all the way around to Ashina Village, right? And then you cut through the castle, and from the castle, what the hell is the name of that area? The outskirts, the Ashina outskirts. But then they circle back around on each other, so this whole area is fucking connected. And maybe different areas, but they're all intertwined somehow. And when they came out with Elden Ring, it eliminated all that, and to me that was fucking lazy, because it actually takes time to sit there and go, okay, well, if I leave Firelink Shrine and I go down, I can go over here and go into oh shit, what the hell was the name of that swamp area with all the wooden scaffolding, that you could go back around, and there were the two shit giants that they dropped shit. Fuck, what is the name of that area? And there's a poison swamp at the bottom. I'm so horrible with names, dude. It pisses me off. I can look at something and remember it for the rest of my life, but tell me its fucking name and I'll forget it 30 seconds later. But, you know, you could go from this area, it was like the, god damn it, anyway, you could go from Firelink Shrine down to the swamp, and then you could go from, like, the swamp up to the fucking, dude, oh god, I'm so horrible with names, man. But that was the beautiful thing about those games, is how they got all these different areas to intertwine with each other, and finding all these little secret paths that connected you going from here to there. And in Elden Ring, it's just this. Troll. Oh. Stop. Let me touch this thing. Okay, now I don't even have to ride the horse anymore, because they put these fucking things all over the map to teleport. Now, it did have a lot of amazing things about it. Like, I'm not knocking Elden Ring. I really love that game. It's one of my top 10 of all time. I love that game. I think it would have been cool if they would have interlocked some of the areas. It's just... the point of a Soulsborne game, right? Because Elden Ring had so many fucking checkpoints everywhere. When you look at a map that's fully unlocked with all checkpoints on Elden Ring, dude, it's hard to even see the map, because there are so many... they're not bonfires. What are they? Grace points. There are so many grace points in that game that there's no risk when you go to die until you get inside somewhere, like a dungeon or a cave, or like the castles and all that stuff. Until you get into those areas. But when you're out in the world and exploring and all that shit, it's like they made a bunch of mini games and then put them in one big game with the huge world, combining all of it. Kenneth, buenos dias. But I mean, what else is there? I'm still pissed about the Ghost of Tsushima thing, dude. I mean, because I lost $50. I bet somebody $50. I was like, there's no way Ghost of Tsushima is going to fucking lose. Because I was like, I played Last of Us 2. Ghost of Tsushima is not going to lose. Well, Ghost of Tsushima lost. Even the person I bet was like, dude, I thought I just had $50 to fucking blow, and I thought I would, I thought I would, chap your ass a little bit. Like he was just fucking with me. I kind of saw that coming. I liked Armored Core. I thought it was fun. Armored Core had my vote because I really dig games like that. It really brings me back to being a young kid and playing like Mech Assault and shit like that, or Mech Warrior and games like that. And it really brought me back. I was way into Titanfall, and it brought me back to my time in Titanfall 2. I thought it was a lot of fun. And it even inspired me to go collect the rest of the Armored Core games. I mean, I damn near have the whole fucking collection sitting right here. I'm only missing a couple. But that game was really for a niche crowd. That game was not for everybody. And I saw that coming a mile away. Because, first of all, a lot of mainstream people don't like From Software. Because From Software doesn't give in to their bullshit. Like the give us an easy button crowd, and From Software pretty much just tells them to go suck an egg. But also, it's because it didn't have any cartoon characters in it. It is a well-established IP that's been around for a very long time, but it's never really been mainstream. It's never been Sonic the Hedgehog. It's never been Super Mario. It's never been Zelda. It's never been Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? It's never been this IP that's been in the forefront of the gaming community. I mean, it's held its own. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it was just some fucking, one-off thing. Like, it held its own in the gaming community for a long time. But it's just not able to compete. I mean, Spider-Man alone, his face alone, like, show me a person that can't be shown a picture of Spider-Man and not know who it is. You're either going to show me a fucking liar, or you're showing me somebody that's, like, from some third world tribe somewhere that's never been outside of fucking trees and rivers and shit. I'm genuinely shocked. I haven't played the Alan Wake games, but I'm actually going to have to check that game out. It's really piquing my interest now. No, Resident Evil 4 made the list. It's on there. I was just reading it. Resident Evil 4 Remake was one of the top 4. It was Resident Evil, Mario Wonder, Baldur's Gate 3, and Spider-Man 2. Those were like four of the big ones. It says right here, the 4 titles rounding out the nominations for Game of the Year are also entries in long-running franchise. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac Games, Resident Evil 4 from Capcom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder from Nintendo, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom from Nintendo. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, that's a miscommunication on my part. I apologize. I'm not. With Alan Wake, I'm extremely shocked. But not as shocked as I would be, because I've had a lot of you guys telling me about it. So it doesn't shock. It's not like Last of Us 2 shocking, because quite a few of you guys have been telling me to play that game. Every person that I talk to that is a Resident Evil franchise player, they always talk about 4. 4 is on every time I talk to somebody about Resident Evil. 4 is always a title that comes up. That's always a common denominator in any conversation I have with somebody about Resident Evil 4. So the fact that the remake is up there doesn't shock me at all. Plus, that right there, Resident Evil in itself is like the birth of the horror franchise. If it wasn't for Resident Evil on the PS1, we wouldn't have our The Sufferings and The Ties That Binds. We wouldn't have our Silent Hills. We wouldn't have our Outlast. We wouldn't have our Friday the 13th and Predator Hunting Grounds and Texas Chainsaw Massacres. We wouldn't have our Alien Isolations or our Senua Sagas. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have any of these games. Resident Evil 4 did for the horror franchise what Doom did for the FPS franchise. So I'm probably going to start, because I just bought Alan Wake 2. I just bought them both. Like last Friday. I bought both of those in Baldur's Gate 3. After I finish Lords of the Fallen, or I get a certain amount of way into Lords of the Fallen, I'll probably start playing Alan Wake. I'm not going to lie, I'm just a little burnt on horror games right now. After having to do 5 playthroughs of Dead Space, including Impossible Mode, and doing 2 playthroughs of Senua Saga, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little burnt on. I want to do some medieval shit. I want to swing big fucking swords and cast spells and you know what I mean? I want to get back to my roots. I also need to get into some fucking Baldur's Gate 3 with you. Because I think there's another person that was talking about it. Sniper, weren't you talking about Baldur's Gate? Dude, I have to fight that angel bitch again. Ah. See, I still have to finish Remnant 2. Oh, dude, I don't care what anybody says, man. I've seen so many people bitch about Liza P. Oh, well, the combat's clunky. Okay, well, stop using the big-ass sword and get the smaller weapons. I guarantee your fighting won't be clunky anymore. But, dude, Liza P, to me, honestly, is the best Souls-like on the market. I think it's better than Neo. I think it's better than Lords of the Fallen. That game, I could not stop fucking playing that game. I treated that game like a drug. I was thinking about it all day while I was at work. I can't wait to get home and play some Liza P. As soon as I would get home, I wouldn't even eat or take a shower. I would just start playing Liza P. Well, okay, that might be kind of a false statement, too, because I really liked Mortal Shell as well. I'm supposed to do something right here, but I can't remember. Mods indicate points of interest in Umbral. Select your Umbral lamp. That dude was just sitting there the whole fucking time, man. Okay, yeah, combos. Oh shit. Select your Umbral. Rift by holding. Soul flay, sucker. Oh shit, that's the door. Okay, so Alan, what kind of game is Alan Wake like? Is it like The Evil Within? I might hop into Alan Wake 2 or Alan Wake tomorrow. I've had too many of you guys tell me about it, and I don't want to miss this train. Fuck, I didn't want to do that. I need to get my tip jar set up too. So if you guys ever feel like supporting a broke ass motherfucker like me. That way I can get out there and get famous. Alright, so why are strength, endurance, and radiance highlighted? I don't even have enough to level up, or do I? Fuck, I don't. Block by holding L1, but beware, blocking enemy attacks withers your health. Strike enemies to restore your withered health. Yeah, I remember all that. Dude, no!